Good morning, and I'm on Marella Discovery at our first port of call, which is Thessaloniki in Greece. Why not follow along and see what I get up to today? As we're sailing to Thessaloniki today. Not quite arrived yet, so time to be getting up and getting ready. So I'm on tour, so I need a good breakfast and a view of Thessaloniki. So I'm guessing those are the tour buses. I'm off on tour this morning. There's quite a few people out, so I'm on bus number 8, 9:15. Only 8 o'clock in the morning. There's odd people swimming and doing the running track. Get it while it's quiet. It's 8 o'clock in the morning and you've got loads of sunbeds and somebody's already reserved one. It's just not on. Don't do that. Don't be one of those people. Good morning from Thessaloniki in Greece, or Thessaloniki as the captain's calling it, and he's Greek so he would know. This is Greece's second city, so I'm off on tour this morning. Come along, see where I am. Down there you've got the tour buses. So apparently you can do Thessaloniki on your own with a ship, and that will take you all the way around the coast there, drop you off at the White Tower. So the White Tower is apparently the site of the archaeological museum. You could go and see that. I'm actually going out of town to see a different archaeological museum. Or there is a free shuttle bus out the port, and then you can just walk into town yourself. Thessaloniki, apparently it's full of UNESCO World Heritage sites, museums and things. Shopping. Not sure I'll have time for any of that this afternoon, but we'll see. Or, like me, you can get on a tour out of the city. We're getting down there in about 45 minutes or so to catch a bus. So I need to go and get myself ready. And being a city, we're in quite an industrial port here. If you're enjoying my adventures on Marella Discovery, don't forget to like and subscribe, and then you don't miss the rest of my trip. Off to go and catch my tour bus in Thessaloniki. Presumably the game flights down Monday. One, there's no signs. Yes, it is. Get off the ship in Greece. So short walk out, destination services are here. You can see a couple of buses left. Right, so those are the shuttle buses into town, and I'm on bus number 8, so I'm going on tour. So we're at the Royal Tombs of Vergina, or Aigai as she calls it, which is the ancient name. It's where Philip II of Macedon was buried. He's Alexander the Great's father, and that's what we're going to go and see. We've had an hour and 10-minute coach journey through the countryside, learned all about the fact that they grow rice and kiwis and all sorts of stuff. We're in Greek Macedonia, so we're in the north of Greece. Yeah, it's quite interesting. It's hot. It's another hot day. Just waiting to go in, so we've got a little bit of free time, just like 10 minutes. It's just nip to the loo after our long drive. Just queuing up at the entrance. We've got these little sexy radio mics on so that we can hear, although it cut out, so we didn't exactly hear it for a while, but hopefully she'll have that plugged in for the guided tour. So yeah, so far so good. That was really excellent. I know a lot of people complain about paying for expensive tours and things like that, but it does make a world of difference when you have a good tour guide who knows what she's talking about, and we were very lucky she really brought it to life. This hill is an artificial mound, and it was built a couple of hundred years after the tombs of Philip II and Alexander IV. And they built it because the king was going to get ousted and the mercenaries coming in were looting everything. And he knew that they'd all be looted. So they built an artificial hill. And then it didn't get found again until 1978, which I always find quite scary when things like that are discovered in my lifetime and you don't know about them. So they've only excavated 10% of it so far. One of the stories she told us was that Philip II was assassinated. He was having a ceremony and his bodyguard stabbed him. Then Alexander the Great's family were all pretty much assassinated. And it's a bit like Game of Thrones, to be honest, when you start hearing the story. The people who came after killed all the people who came before so they could have power. It's been an hour and a quarter to get here, an hour and a quarter to get back, and you get about an hour and a quarter here, so maybe an hour and a half here. So it's a bit of a trek, but if you like history, it's really, really interesting. So we have to be back on the bus for 12:10. Had a quick pit stop. Now I'm going to head up the road. I've heard a little bit of criticism about some of these ports because they're in a less touristy bit of Greece. And this isn't really a touristy place, I have to say. It's in the middle of nowhere. But if you want to see bits of the world that you've never seen before, I mean, how amazing is that? If you want to go and see some amazing history, where else can you go to see the tomb of one of the ancient Macedon's greatest kings? Just amazing. So, if you like history, definitely worth coming on a tour like this. And the guided tour made it all the better. It's a fairly short walk back to the bus. Tour guide did say she'd wait. People didn't know where to go, but pay a bit of attention, you'll be alright. It's very quiet. Lovely and warm day. Not much in the way of tourist shops, although I've got myself a fridge magnet. You do forget sometimes that, I'm in this remote place. I mean, there's a bit of a car park here, and you've got all the ancient hills in the background. These are the same hills that they saw. These tombs weren't built here as a Disney theme park with planning permission. These were actually, this is where they lived. Alexander the Great walked in this kind of area. It's amazing. Yeah, wasn't a car park in those days, but Philip II and Alexander the Great actually walked in this area. They'd have seen these mountains. How amazing is that? 400 BC, I think it was. So, well over 2,000 years ago. Really, really impressive. So yeah, very worthwhile tour. If you like history, definitely worth doing. Into the snack shack for a burger, which is really hot because they've just cooked it fresh, so let's burn my mouth. I'm going to film the kids clubs, obviously, for obvious reasons, but they do have the M Club, the baby centre, and that's the hideout for the teens. So if you've got babies, teens, or middle in between ones, they actually have stuff going on for all of them. It's the family ship is this one. So I'm not sure how this one works, but there's an escape room. So I spotted that for the first time today. I presume there's a charge for that. So I'm in the Italian one tonight. We're just sailing away, so I've got a view out the window as we sail away from Thessaloniki. Italian menu. I have just seen a whole bunch of the solos coming in tonight, but I've gone for a table for one again. I didn't have time for drinks, so I've timed it nicely for myself. But I'm in a rush tonight anyway, so. So the wine's all inclusive. Got a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. Got olives with a bit of balsamic and olive oil, and fancy breads. So for starters, I've gone for chicken liver pate and like an onion jam. I haven't left anything yet. This seems to be very similar to Vista on Marella Explorer 2, except for they've got the whole top floor of the restaurant as Gallery 47. So tonight, I've gone for lasagna, which not a mouthful, tastes good. Then you have to order your sides separately, which I only got. So I've got beans with bacon and deep fried courgettes. Gone for limoncello cheesecake, and that looks delicious. There's a casino on the other side of the line. There are games going on, but I'm going to film them. But they could be having a game of blackjack if you wanted. Only one show tonight. We're on Club Tropicana. Labyrinth's on foot, but that's alright because I get to the fancy staircase.